Hi, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about how to learn from your previous tests and exams. So, after you take a test, that's not where your learning stops. Reviewing your exam gives you a really good opportunity to learn how to prepare better for your next exam or to continue doing the things you did that helped you do well the first time. In order to review your exam, you're going to need to know if it's going to be handed back to you to keep or just to review in class, or if you'll need to make an appointment with a professor to review it. Whenever you get your hands on it, there are four things that you're going to want to pay attention to: the format, the material, the questions you got incorrect, and the questions you got correct. So, first, when you're looking at the format, there are a few things that you want to pay attention to. The first are the type of questions that you were asked. Were they short answer, multiple choice, fill in the blank, short essay responses? The type of questions not only tell you what information you'll be expected to know, but what way you're going to be expected to demonstrate that you know it. That way, when you're studying, you can practice using those type of questions and answering those type of questions. Second, you're going to want to understand how much time you were given to complete the exam and how long it took you to complete it. This tells you when you're studying how much time you should be allotting yourself when you're practicing. If you're given only an hour to write an essay, you need to practice outlining your thoughts in about 10 to 15 minutes to give yourself 45 to finish your essay. If it's a 2 day window, you have plenty of time, but you also need to make sure that you're not taking too much time. Last, you're going to want to think about what the exam environment looks like. So, if it was in person, was it a large lecture hall, a computer lab? Were there a lot of distractions? If it was online, was it a hard to navigate website? Were there a lot of logins and information that you need to have beforehand? Preparing and studying in the similar type of environment will help you be more comfortable and reduce test anxiety when it comes time to take your test in real life. Second, you're going to want to look at the actual material that you were tested on. So, first, what information was covered on the exam? Very basic, but not all the information that you learn in class can possibly be covered on a test. So, what information was covered? And then you want to look at where did that information come from? Was it strictly from the book, lecture? Were there some supplemental readings in the syllabi that you needed to have looked at in order to be successful? This tells you when you're studying for your next exam where you need to be looking at information from to make sure that you're catching everything that you could possibly be tested on. And then lastly, you want to see, was the information that you were tested on the material you expected to see? And if it wasn't, think about why that is. Did you fully prepare for the test? Are you missing something that you're not sure about and you need to ask a professor? This is a good time to self reflect and think about what you can do to be fully successful for the next test. Then you need to look at the obvious missed questions, not only to see where you lost points, but what were the type of questions that you missed? What information was it? Did it all come from the same place? This gives you a lot of information about how you studied and what things you need to avoid doing the next time in order to get more questions correct. And then look at your correct answers as well. Information that you got right is just as valuable and informing as information you got incorrect. So not only look at which ones you got correct, but think about why did you get them correct? How did you study for those questions versus the questions you got wrong? What did you do differently? This tells you exactly what it is you need to do for the next test in order to get more questions right. After you're done reviewing, you want to make a follow up appointment with your professor if you haven't already had to meet with them in order to review the exam. Ask where you lost the points, but also go as far as asking what you could have done to prepare better and what specifically you need to be working on to prepare for the next test. You want to use exactly what your professor tells you in order to make a plan. You want to base it off of your review and self reflection, creating an action plan for your next exam. What are three different things that you can do to prepare that you didn't do the first time? If you aren't sure how to reflect, we have a post exam reflection worksheet available on our academic support page on mytlu.edu. Print it out, fill it out, and look at how did you study, how did you prepare, and what maybe you need to do differently next time in order to be successful. So thank you. That's all I have for today. For more information, please visit the TLU Academic Support page under the Student Life tab on myTLU. You can also follow us on Instagram for up-to-date information on our services at TLU Academic Support. Thanks.